Kylie Bertucci, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia here with you, and I wanted to talk to you today about watercolouring. Who has challenges with watercolouring backgrounds? Me! I'm always struggling to make the perfect watercolour background. In fact, I got to the point where I had almost given up. I thought, you know what? Watercolouring, it's just not for me in the background. I'm okay with colouring in. I've kind of got to a place where I'm comfortable with that, but I was really struggling with background watercolouring. And today I hope that my tip can give you some confidence, because I know it has for me. So it's a very simple but easy idea, and I'm really excited to share this with you. So I want to show you what I have made already using this watercolour background, because it's just so beautiful. I'm like in awe of myself because I can't do it. It's such a big shock for me to be able to do this. So this is the gorgeous card that I have been able to make using this incredible background. Don't you want to know how to do this? It's so much easier than it looks. I'm telling you, you can do it. If I can do it, you can totally do it. And these butterflies, oh my goodness, aren't they just the most beautiful thing ever? That is from the New Occasions catalogue, which is coming out on the 3rd of January. So if you live in Australia, you are able to purchase that from me from the 3rd of January. If you have questions about that, all the products are below, so you can have a look at those. This is a bundle that comes together with the sentiment and the thinlits. But let's have a look at this watercolour background. So what I found exciting about this is testing different papers. The two different papers that I tried was regular paper, just Whisper White, not watercolouring paper at all, because I find it's a little bit too vanilla for me, very vanilla, but this Whisper White I really enjoy. So I love the effect of this. I think it's gorgeous and subtle and still very elegant. I've done Smoky Slate, Night of Navy and Blushing Bride. I have, however, done the exact same colours and the same technique here, but using the shimmer paper. And you can just see the depth of colour is a lot stronger. There's a lot more definition. Personally, I really like this one because I'm a bold girl, but you might be a subtle person, and especially with watercolouring, a lot of people do like the subtle look of watercolouring. So you can decide which one is better for you. Today I'm going to show you on both, okay? We're going to have a look at what both of them look like when I do it in the flesh. So I'm going to switch you around so that you can see the screen below here. And we're going to have some fun doing some watercolouring together. Now I have used, and this is really cool, this little technique here, but I have used cling wrap. Very simple, easy household item for our watercolouring today. And I have found it's the easiest way for me to create the look that I'm wanting. So I have some here, and this is actually the same cling wrap that I have used on every single one of my cards. Like all of these I have done this with this same cling wrap. Just got a tissue and wiped it down afterwards. So it's very handy. So let's have a look at what we need. So you're going to need some ring inkers. I found that using the ring inkers was a lot easier. You can, of course, grab the ink from your ink pad, but I found it a lot easier with the ring inkers. So please have a look for those. You will also need a aqua painter, and then we have the cardstock as well. So I've got the shimmery and the regular. So we're going to try both and see which one you prefer, using the same technique. Now all I did was to start with, some of this got a little bit crisped because I decided to heat emboss or dry my watercolouring while I was on top of the cling wrap. Not a good idea, Kylie. So all I'm going to do is literally, and you won't be able to even see this, I'm just going to wet my aqua painter. I just filled this, there we go. So we're just going to put some water on top of the cling here. And at first this may seem really complicated, but I'm telling you it's not. Trust me, you know I am not complicated. If it's quick and easy, I'm all up for it. So that's not a huge amount. You probably can't see it too well, but yeah, there's little droplets of water there. Basically, you're just sort of covering it a little bit with a little droplet of water. Then we're going to come in with the colours. Now, I've decided to go with the Smoky Slate at the top, and I'll do 3 of those. The Night of Navy I found is quite strong, so I'm just going to do 1 of them because I found it's quite bold. But, you know, play around with it. You can always add more, so just keep that in mind. Maybe don't go too full on to start with. But this Blushing Bride is really, really subtle and quite light, so I've done more of that. And again, you can add more. Then I come in with my aqua painter. Now, the other thing that you're going to need to get is some tissues. So just have them ready on the side so that you can sort of dab, take off the colour in between each one. Now, if you wanted to, you can actually just choose to sort of run this all together and smush it all up, but you want it to sort of have a bit of definition too. So we'll just sort of play with it a bit here. And again, I'm no artist, I'm no watercolorist, so I'm literally just going blah, 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 blah. Like, there is no rhyme or reason to what I'm doing. I'm just smushing it out, basically. Then I take that off. Now, the Night of Navy is quite strong. You'll see this in comparison. But what we're going to do, we'll just bring a little bit into here so that it bleeds into the Blushing Bride section. And it's going to be quite vibrant. If you want it even less, you can literally get your tissue. I couldn't believe how easy this was. You can get your tissue and just sort of pick up a little bit of the ink. Just sort of dab it and then go back in and swish it around again. So I've just picked up a little bit of the Smoky Slate there. So we want to start the Smoky Slate. See how literally it's like just making it up. I'm just totally winging this. And again, we just bring in some of the Night of Navy into there so that it sort of combos. But you don't have to. You can totally just keep it separate, like totally separate. But I like that sort of look where it's all together. So you can see the shape that I've got here is basically replicating a card. So you don't have to be perfect in your sizing. If you really, really want to be spot on, you can use your grid paper to know what sizing you want. But I do like the edges to have a little bit of white to it and not everything to be filled in. So then we just put it on top and squish. Push it down. And you don't have to be fussy with that either. Lift it up and check this out. Can you believe it? We just watercolored like that. Like seriously, like that. And what you can do, see some of it sort of running on its own here, but we will set that aside and it will just do its thing. It will dry and it will do its thing. Now, another thing that you can do with cling wrap, which is really exciting, is you can sort of just fold it over a little bit before you turn over the paper and create different texture and different things happening. So it's really, really exciting what you can do with the cling wrap. So let's just wipe this off and we'll start from fresh and try a few different things with our next piece of paper. Clean off your aqua painter so that you can make sure that that's all happy with clear water. And again, we'll just get our water because we're going to do another piece now. So I'm squeezing this out as I'm moving it. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Now with this one here, what we can do is just have a little bit less, like sort of have it coming down the card, but have more white space. Let's try that out. So do 2 dots of the Smoky Slate, 1 of the Night of Navy. As I said, it's very strong, that Night of Navy, so we don't need a whole lot of that. And we could even do a bit more of the Blushing Bride. I think we did just 4 last time, or 5, but we'll do 6 this time. And the same thing, just smush it all around. But what we're going to try and do is just keep it to the one spot. Like not go too far out. Because we want it to create this sort of wash effect. But see what I mean? It's like so amazing what you can do with this. The potential is huge. So much excitement. So I'll just, this is probably the messiest bit, is the Night of Navy. But the other two are fine. And again, smoosh that around. Good. Now what you can do is you can sort of do a bit of a creasing or folding, or, you know, just manky it up a bit. You probably don't know what manky is, but, you know, make it look gross. And then we'll stick that on top just there. And we'll see what happens here. Who even knows? Who even knows what could happen? And there you have it. Look at that. See all the folds? I'm telling you, it's pretty exciting. So you can see two completely different effects. And again, you can use this same effect that I did here, not smudge up your, if you don't like that look. I mean, I think it's really cool and funky and geometric, but it's totally up to you what you decide to do with this. But what's really cool is that you can have this like 3-tone, look like it's just splashed over your card, and in actual fact, you've been able to have a bit more control over your watercolouring. And I really hope that this helps you, because I'm telling you what, I have been struggling so bad. So if you have any other tips, I love hearing from you all. Thank you for your comments. And if you're watching my video today, please say, hi, I'm watching, because I love knowing that you're here. And if you have any questions, if you want to know anything else, please let me know, because I love hearing from you all. And thank you so much for being here for my watercolour background technique video. Thanks everyone. Have a lovely week.